All right. Checking the blood pressure. Feel like I'm running a little hot today. Yeah, 135 over 81. That's a little high for me. Normally I'm like, I shoot for like 120 over 70. Resting heart rate is 80. So, yeah, it's a little high. That's one thing we do is I monitor that pretty closely. What's up, the body beatdown? I was watching some of your videos this morning. You are what motivated me to do this video. Oh, the this is an older one. It's the newer ones look a little slicker, but it works fine. I didn't see a reason to buy a new one. You have one that goes around the bicep. That's cool. A lot of people have the watches. The watches do that now. If you have a smartwatch, you don't really need one of these. But this is just I don't know. It's just something I have like laying there on the counter, and I just check it every morning. Just try to, with being on, let's say, performance enhancing supplements. High blood pressure is like the number one. The word, well, it's the silent killer, and that's for any man over the age of say 40. Is blood pressure is the number one thing that longevity. It just kills us. It kills your organs slowly. You know, you ever seen the bodybuilders that got those big ass gnarly veins? And they think look really cool. That's actually a sign of bad health because that means your the valves in your veins are failing and they're starting to spread out. So that's actually a bad thing. High blood pressure causes that. It looks cool, but it's a sign of bad health. Uh, you just don't understand how the watches measure that stuff. You know, I don't either. I mean, I know obviously you got a little a diet, like a little electrical contacts, and you know, I would see that it would be easier to measure things like heart rate, but I don't understand how it does the actual pressure. I don't know. Seems to work. They seem to be pretty accurate too, because I tested my wife's smartwatch compared to the this thing, and I would say this thing's probably a little more accurate, but they're reasonably close. Good enough for monitoring on it, you know. Sabrina, what's up? New subscriber from India. What is going on? I think that the valve blocked backflow, blood flowing back into the veins. Yeah, you're 100% right. You know what you know what I'm talking about, like those gnarly like steroid users when they flex, they got those huge veins that go everywhere. And I'm a pretty veiny guy, but these are I've always had these. Like that's normal. That's just this is lower body fat percentage as opposed to high blood pressure. But it's something you definitely want to watch out for. You gotta get into my drugs from the pharmacy. You know that's funny you mentioned that because this pharmacy that we go through, they'll actually prescribe Anavar and Anadrol, and I don't know how they do it legally. But they 100% can get it through the Helix HRT. Will hook you up. It's I don't know. I don't know how the laws work, but and I'm not on any of that right now. But they will prescribe it. You can get it from them. How expensive are they? It depends on what you're on, Mr. Sloth. For me, I spend about 200 a month, and that's with blood work and everything. That's why I stay thick so I don't see my veins. Right? Uh, yeah. No. I mean, a lot of a lot of a lot of bodybuilders think the veiny thing looks cool, and it can. I think sometimes it looks cool, but it's typically a sign that your your veins are falling apart. Lemon, lemon does, and some stuff. Hi, what's up? He said hi 3 times. You gotta, my mods will block spammers, so just be careful with that. Pharmacies can prescribe methamphetamine legally, even though they don't want to. You know what's funny is like a lot of my coworkers are on this stuff called oh, it starts with an A, and it's meth. It's straight up meth. Um, I had to drive. I had to drive a long distance, and my boss gave me one of his Adderall. Yeah, and it was like the lowest amount you could prescribe, and he's like, "Here, take one of these for the road trip." And I took it. I should not have, and I will never ever take one again. That was a long time ago, but I was I was on felt high. I was high for like 2 days. This is what it felt like. And I'm like, you guys are on this stuff normally? This is what you take every day? Yeah, Adderall. It's good stuff, man. The problem I see, the reason why I didn't take it is because I like it too much, and I would wind up like eating the whole bottle. So I can't mess with that stuff. The stuff puts me to sleep. Well, from what I've heard is that the people that it's supposed to be prescribed to, it actually evens them out and it makes them feel normal. Maybe you can add to that. But people like me who don't need it, it's just like taking speed. Thanks, Colby. People take it Adderall to relax? I couldn't even imagine that. A month of Adderall is probably equal to a tweaker's day binge. Yeah, well, when I got out of the service, I don't think I've made it a secret that I had a little bit of a drug problem, and meth was one of the drugs that I got hooked up, or that I was messing around with. Luckily, I was able to get away from all that. And my wife says, "I'm glad you don't do it." Yeah, you don't ever have to worry about that, sweetheart. Like that's not something like I ain't playing around with that stuff. This message held for review. Hey brother, are you gay? Jose Alex. Sorry, but I'm married, Jose. I appreciate the offer, but you're gonna have to find your love somewhere else, my friend. Any gay single men in the chat? Jose's looking for some love and. I don't know what's hiding this comment. All right. Peg Watson and Callie Muscle have those crazy veins. Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing is they brag about it. They brag about those. Ever notice that Wes Watson when he does his videos, he's always on the side with the camera, and you can see he looks pretty built, but he's always bitching about guys with 10-inch arms and man boobs. But you can clearly see that he's getting gynecomastia because his nipples are starting to stick out. So he's literally growing the boobs that he disparages other men for having. All right, Jonathan, what's up, brother? Hey, I got you on Signal now. I got to get on Signal. I've been so busy. I haven't really spent much time online. I got you on Signal now. I'm avoiding the group chat though. I got dogpiled for every little thing. I think so. The guys are just mostly joking around, but they don't know when to stop. You know what I mean? They're like we were in our 20s. Everybody's just kidding with each other, but when someone gets their feelings hurt, they don't quit. They just keep going. What do we got? Elif345. What's up, brother? Signal always has like 300 messages. Yeah. Esalok. I don't know how to pronounce that. You say EKM, you tried to say I was weak and pathetic until 2 a.m. Here's a question I have. This is for my moderators, because I'm friends with each one of you individually, but as a group, you all seem to hate each other. Do any of you actually know each other? Do you know like have you seen like how you're built or what kind of training you do? I'm just kind of curious about that. It's very hot today. James Ortega. Today is chest and triceps. I sort of did a half-assed bench day yesterday. Today I'm going to do some stretching. I have Muay Thai tonight with my kids, so I wanted to work on a couple of things. The ones that talk shit don't post anything. Yeah, the thing is like maybe it's because I'm older, but I've gotten to the point where like I don't know, man. Like I'll laugh and joke around with everybody, and I don't mind participating, but I just can't take any of that seriously. Some people want to play hall monitor or the other mods. Yeah, it's like if people get their feelings involved, they get. I just. It's not to say things don't bother me and I don't get upset. You guys see me get upset with comments. It's not anything I dwell on, and I don't. I don't harbor resentment. Like I don't carry it around with me. So if somebody pisses me off, even if I get mad, I let it go pretty quickly. Life's too short. You're in the Sahara Desert. Oh, damn. What are you doing out there, James? uh, Here we go. Yeah, well, in real life, it would be interesting. I would love to get everybody together. I bet you guys would actually have fun. The one thing I've noticed is that a lot of people talk shit, right? And this, not necessarily talking about you guys or even like the lifting community, but in real life, people that I've noticed that are rude or indignant, as soon as you get to meet them in real life, they change really fast. And 9 times out of 10, they're actually pretty cool people once you get to know them. Gen X Power. Let's see. Body, you made me a mod really fast. You don't see me mod because if you did, I wouldn't have any comments or viewers. I can't deal with any foolishness. Yeah. Well, for you, I consider you a kindred spirit. Guys like us, we're at that age where it's like, I know I trust you. I knew the first time I watched one of your videos, I knew you were exactly who you say you are. They just reflect on their own mediocrity and inadequacy and start an internal cope. Sounds like Big Daddy Trump. Let's go Team C's. I don't think when I was 17, I don't think I was very strong. I was super athletic, but I didn't do a lot of weightlifting. I was playing basketball. Annie, what's your bench? You're asking him. I don't train for strength, dumbass. You should. Even though you're a bodybuilder, you should still train for strength. The simple principle is the stronger you get, the more weight you can lift. The more weight you can lift, the more adaptation you can cause, and the bigger your muscles will get. You look at a lot of like the Olympia lifters, like Jay Cutler, like even though he's not a power lifter, watching him, do shortened set reps on the bench, an incline bench with 405 pounds. You look at a guy like that, and you're like, damn. If he wanted to be, if he focused on powerlifting, I bet you he'd be pretty damn good at it. Or like Ronnie Coleman, do squatting 800 for what was it, 2 or 3 reps? I think that's the extreme end of the spectrum, though. Who would be a good one? Stan Efferding, reasonably successful bodybuilder, IFBB pro, and he was an elite level power lifter. I think he had the world record for his weight class. And he just went from one to the other. He did bodybuilding, and I don't know if he power lifted in the off season. Matt, what's up? Jarhead in the house. We have a peanut gallery people with 0 lifts calling other people weak. I love you, Prophet Fear. You do like to stir the pot. But you're not wrong. Well, I wouldn't say that. See, I would never. I don't I don't judge people by the amount of weight they can lift. But if you're gonna call people out, it is, you know. All right. While you guys are beating the shit out of each other, I'm gonna get some stretching going. It's a hard knock life for us. I'm gonna take my daughter to the dentist, and then we're going to train Muay Thai tonight. Trying to get the knees over the toes. Back straight up. I like to do is I like to grab my feet and then arch my back like a, what is it, the cat cow? This one's cat, this one's cow. So I'll push up. And from there, go to like cobra pose. It's funny when people say that the arch is bad for you when you bench. I mean, look at my spine right now. Hey, what's up, Kat? My sister's in the chat. Yeah, rhymes. Martin, what's up? Kenneth Frazee, nothing wrong with bodybuilding. I just prefer buffet tables. Yeah. You know, they closed all the buffets in Vegas. I can't, I'm sure they're not all closed, but we haven't been able to find one that's open. Let's go Team C's. Well, let's leave that between you two. Joe Hamed, you smoke. Why do you ask? Martin, you're in Vegas. What? Oh, right on. You train? Zip, MILFs. How many eggs do you get every day from your chickens? Gary Schmitty. It depends. Like now that it's cold, we don't get quite as many. I think we're getting like 10 to 15 a day. Does that sound right? And then when it's warmer, I think we get more than that. We have 22 of them. I've been overextending my back on bench slightly with a mild sciatica-like symptoms, but problem is fixed. Um, how did you fix the problem, Kenneth? I used to love the golden hour at Golden Corral Buffet, A Marks. They still have those here. That Golden Corral is still open. EOS Rainbow and Alta. We have an EOS membership. We train at Pecos and what is that crossroad? Russell. Pecos and Russell. Well, dude, if you ever want to hook up for training, let me know. Oh, hit me up on Instagram. No cheating on your bench press, no arching your back, no slamming the bar off your chest, legs flat. For the sport of powerlifting, you use any mechanical advantage that's legal within the rules. So I prefer an arch on my bench because it's safer for the shoulders, and it does put you in an advantaged position. And I don't really see like what's the difference. The bar goes down, the bar goes up. Like I don't understand. And I can see like when people say no cheating, it's like when you're in the gym, you're training, right? You do a set, however many reps, 5, 10, and people say, well, that doesn't count. Count for what? Exercise? Training? Did you get stronger? Can you move more weight today than you did yesterday? Like, what are you talking about? Do I have a judge that sits in the corner of my garage and holds every single gym lift I do to competition standards? This is why the internet's like a clown show, because you get like a bunch of people that have shitty opinions on lifting and they don't understand that we're training for a goal. Everything I do in the gym is so that I can compete and do the most weight possible for one rep on a platform where there's 3 judges. So it's like, okay, that doesn't count. For what? Hypertrophy? did my arms get bigger? Left lumbar. Oh, comments jumped on me. Joe Hunted. You live in Vegas too, huh? Right on. Where are you at? Rockman, it's time for some range of motion. What did you call it? 0 rep cope. Yeah. I beg to differ about an arch being safer on the shoulders. Powerlifters aren't known for resilient shoulders because of the way they train, not because of the body positioning. When people say arch, I think they mean the crazy super arches that lighter. Yeah, those ridiculous ones where those little girls are contorted into like some sort of weird yoga pose and they have like a 2-inch range of motion. I mean, we can all agree that shit's ridiculous. Oh, you're in Summerlin. Damn, that's a drive. Because people are scared you move more weight and more reps. They have to come up with rules on everything to meet their narrative. Just work out and do your thing. Yeah, exactly. So James says, okay, what about the people that do their arms and rock back and forth with more weight than they can handle? What's the point in that? I have no idea. Like the whole cheat curl thing, that to me is a back exercise. Like I don't even know what you're working out when you do those. But everybody's got their thing, I try not to judge people. If it works for them, have at it. People give me crap because I didn't start fully extended doing a pull-up. Like, bitch, I'm 50, leave me alone. It's only recently that I learned that you get more from the stretch position than you do from the top. Because I would focus on shorter range and just like crank them out and just get that pump, work it. And I found that it was better to drop the weight and get that full stretch, even if it means I could do less pull-ups. But I just started doing that. Like my whole life, I grew up doing short and, like Spoto presses and things of that nature. I'm 50 years old and now I'm doing full range of motion lifting, and my entire life I never did that shit. I always just put as much weight as I could on the bar and just went for ham. I'm stuck with the bench press. Let's see here. how much do you bench? Honestly, I don't even know. Yesterday I was struggling with 335 for a couple reps, but that could have just been an off day. I think I'm good for somewhere around 405 pounds. Touch and go. I don't know what I can do with a pause. What city's a dump? Vegas? Vegas isn't bad. It's all right. There's areas that are good and bad. Most of Vegas is pretty clean. So OSC says I'm stuck with the bench press. What do you mean by that? Let's go Team C's. I've seen pics. Martin, it's a town, not a city. I don't know, man. Like the last few years, if you look at the way the population's exploded, like we do have the numbers. I think we're starting to be a city, and I don't like it. I liked it better when it was just a town, just 10 years ago. Which just the other day I was driving up to Utah, and they have houses all the way to Mount Charleston now. It was crazy. It used to be, you'd get past Ann, and then you drive for a half hour, and then you turn to go down to Mount Charleston. Now there's a subdivision, or subdivisions all the way up to that road. And it blew me away. I was like, where the hell did all this shit come from? And it's like going up north on the 15, they have those tilt-up, those big concrete warehouse buildings. Those go all the way up to Apex now. I couldn't believe it. I was like, where the hell did all this shit come from? I swear to God, I drove up here a month ago, and none of that stuff was up there. So they're building fast. They are building up. They're building up all the way past the raceway, all the way down the freeway now. It's getting nuts around here, and luckily the traffic's not like California yet, but it's starting to get there. What are good foods to eat to help build muscle when you're starting out? Honestly, Kat, just lean proteins. Just, stuff you can identify. You have steak, pork, eggs, chicken, and then simple, easy carbs like rice, potatoes. I mean, that's mostly what I eat. And it's mostly out of convenience. It's just easy for me to fry up some hash browns. I get the shredder out, take a potato and shred it up, fry that sucker up, throw some eggs in there, add some peppers, tomatoes, and you got your breakfast. Do you like Adderall too? I think as long as you're still progressing on the bench, it's not super important to switch yet. I lost some comments there when I was talking, so I don't think I have the context for that. I trust what he's saying right now because he's speaking from experience, not seeing a pic. What is this picture we're talking about? I missed that comment. Did you hear that Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible when he was sworn in? I did not hear that. Man, I tell you what, they are looking for anything they can to pick that man apart. For 4 years they took him out of context. It was just like, and he says some stupid shit. Like, we can all agree on that. The guy just speaks his mind, and I don't know. We'll see what happens with policy. Is your hairline from Dubai? James, and all the people who say they're supersetting in the gym, I say to them, that's good, so am I.
The inauguration is on the thing.
Okay.
Mom's got it on her TV.
Thanks, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
I wired a tilt-up data hall. They literally go straight up overnight. Did you do the switch buildings out here? Hold on, let me talk to my daughter real quick. Sweetheart, what are you doing? Okay, you're getting soup.
I'm starving.
Okay. Vegas is getting pretty big. Caleb, thank you. My hair is solid. Let's go Team C's. I have, dude, like with my hair, I get half the people tell me they hate it and that it looks retarded. And if I'm being honest, it kind of does. It's not very becoming of a man my age. And I have other people say they love it and they think it's awesome. And yeah, it's not for everyone. The biggest city I've been to was Seattle 2 years ago. Salt Lake. Salt Lake's kind of sprawled out. I was just up there. I grew up in Chicago. That's a city. You know what I mean? So by that metric, yeah, Vegas is nothing. There's suburbs of Chicago that are bigger than Vegas, but we've got a really beautiful skyline that you could see forever. And it, you know, it's the population wise, we're starting to get up there. You got a message held for review, yeah. F the haters. I don't know. Well, I know I hid that. So YouTube blocked it because you swore in it. But you live in Chicago, do you? What part of Chicago do you live in? I grew up in the northwest suburbs, Buffalo Grove, Arlington Heights area. My dad was a police officer there for damn near 50 years. I haven't been to Vegas in 15 years, so I guess I'm wrong. Oh, dude, 15 years? Oh my God, the city, you would not recognize it. It is not the same. 15 years ago, they still had restaurants with hitching posts. You could literally ride your horse up to it and tie them off and go eat. All that whole wash area where we used to ride our horses, that's all gone. That belongs to the water district now. Um, Jesus, yeah, they've got houses built all the way out to Lake Mead, uh, all the way up to the turnoff for Mount Charleston, all the way to Red Rock. Like it's tripled or quadrupled in size since you were here 15 years ago. I dig it. I like individuality and self-expression. Thanks, Kat. Well, you know me. You're my sister. You know I've always been a bit of a weirdo. So you live in Chicago. Where in Chicago do you live? Just like the proper city, or do you live in any of the Park Ridge? Or we do have a good skyline. Chicago or Vegas? They're both beautiful. I mean, I don't think Vegas compares to Chicago skyline. That's just you see the skyline of Chicago, and that's iconic. You know, Lincoln Park, nice. I know exactly where that is. How's the cost of living? That's expensive. Be nice to see the Atomic City at least once, but not for gambling. You grew up in Elgin. That's rough. Elgin's a rough part of town. I have a lot of friends from Elgin. We had a lot of fun there, man. You left Chicago for St. Louis. Missed the lake, honestly. St. Louis, so if you're on the east side in Illinois, it is a severely depressed city. That's where my sister was living, my older sister. The Missouri side's a little nicer once you get past the arch, but it's rough on the Illinois side. Yeah, the expansion is crazy. The only way to rock that hair is with confidence. You like the Vegas skyline better than Chicago, baby? I don't know. That's hard to beat. You got the Sears Tower. You got the oh man, it's just a gorgeous skyline. You got the let's see, every city's getting huge. When our population isn't getting much bigger, yeah, it's everybody's like congregating to populated areas, and we want to get away from it all. We want to move out to the middle of nowhere. A studio in Lincoln Park is $800 to $1,000 a month. That is crazy. We only go to the east side for trouble. Yeah, Christina, you grew up here in Oceanside, California. Almost every town that I'm in has a huge apartment complexes everywhere, taking up all the farmland. Oceanside, California is where we used to live when I got out of the military, and Christina lived there with her family, is now Trend West Resorts. They kicked out all the homeless, and they tore down all the houses along the beach, and they put these huge resorts in there, and it's just like, it's not the same. Did you see my drop set, Death Hitler? No, did you tag me in it? Let me go to your channel. Oh, go to channel. Oh, shit. Damn, dude, you get low to the ground. I'm watching it right now. Really good form. So, you, correct me if I'm wrong, you were competing with Profit Fear on what was it saying? Who has depth better? Was that the gist of it, or who could do more ass to grass? What was the point of contention in that conversation yesterday? Because you go all the way down, but he does too. He's got good depth on his squats. Della has data halls are like a fungus in Hillsboro. You were born on Camp Pendleton. That's right. My wife. Yeah, you got those are some nice looking squats, my man. Holy shit. 235 for 11. That's a lot of weight. I don't care what your squat is. James Everson. Hope you're well too, my man. How you doing? I think Rummer Boy is claiming I can't squat 145 kilograms. Why? I mean, you just did 211 for 11 reps. I mean, mathematically, it'd be weird if you couldn't. Uh, Hell yeah. Herpa Derp Double Derp. I love that name. Amigo, did you ever end up getting a massage appointment for your shoulders? Yes, I did. Uh, Love this shirt. I don't know. Everybody loves this shirt, which is funny because I have no idea where I got it. I was in one of those they have these little weird boutiques out here in Vegas that are like in strip malls where they just sell clothes that are like cheap, made in China. They come over and they're like disposable fashion. But they have like t-shirts and stuff. And this is actually pretty good quality. It's pretty thick cotton. And it was just hanging on the wall and I saw it. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. You could you can look like you make a lot of money for like $100, but the clothes don't last very long. Wash them 2 or 3 times and they fall apart. uh, Thank you, Herbert. I appreciate it. Yeah. My wife, she's gonna give me a massage later today. Um, I got feels like an impingement, just like a little clicking. It doesn't hurt. Is there a military base near Vegas? Yeah, we got Nellis Air Force Base right here in Vegas. It's at the end of Nellis. I live on Nellis. If you drive Nellis north straight until it ends, you run right into the base. You go see the F-35s and F-22s, and they got A-10 Warthogs, and they got those big Predator drones, and what's the big drones, the big suckers, not the Predators, but those the Global Hawks or whatever. They have those there. They have a whole bunch of they have you see the Marines bring their Vipers in, the attack helicopters. It's pretty cool. Nellis is awesome. It's kind of a military town. Yes, yeah, it is. We have like the best VA in the country here. I got really lucky. They got a brand new hospital. You go up there and you just hang out. Like if you were like say a lonely single veteran and you didn't have family, you could just go chill at the hospital because they got like activities and things to do there. The Thunderbirds, yeah. Let's go Team C's. Haven't you ever played Fallout New Vegas? Well, not quite like that, but yeah. Rustin Welty, what's up? Wrong pipe. Oh shit. Semper Fi, we got kindly Luda, 3rd Infantry, 8th Battalion here. 3rd Infantry, 8th Battalion. Is that Hawaii? 3rd Infantry. I was 5th Battalion, 11th Marines, which is they're based in Las Pulgas, but I was in 43 area by light armor reconnaissance. So we were on the beach, close to the beach by McTissa and where the LCACs launch. Yeah, good view. Not a video game person. I like to go outside. You could do both. It's called moderation. Nellis Air Force Base is the game and under the control of the NCR. Yep, that's right. Yeah. Semper Fi, Phil, what's up? We got some jarheads in the house. Meat eating mother effers. Phil, I'm opening up your. That's right, Phil. Is this Phil's son again, or is the dad this time? Depth Hitler. Okay, that's hard. Life is hard for me now. You're not gonna lie. Yeah, you're doing really good, babe. Though we went to dinner last night. It was our first outing since surgery, and it was a little rough. It was getting her home, but we had Korean barbecue with some friends. It was awesome. I ate way too much. North Carolina. Okay, so you're over in Lejeune. I didn't spend a lot of time in Lejeune. Obviously went to McTissa there. I'm a Pogue, artillery. You already looking for support. Just don't give up. What? And I missed the comment, Depth. What support are you looking for? What did I miss? Let's see. You don't have to talk about this, but I've been having a hard time in life right now. I'm addicted to opiates, and I'm going through a divorce. Hey, so I don't know if you know this, Depth, but I am a recovering drug addict, specifically opiates. Well, amongst other things. I'll talk to you offline. So tonight I got as soon as I get off stream, I got to take my daughter to get her dentist, and then we're gonna go to Muay Thai practice. I'm gonna hit you up because they do the kids practice first, and then I do mine afterwards. So we could talk about it. I didn't realize you were going through all that, but that's sort of my thing, you know. Maybe I could help you with that, maybe I can't, but we can at least talk about it. Like that's dude, the problem with opiates, here's for anybody who doesn't understand why it's so hard to get off opiates. Once you become physically addicted to them, and the withdrawals are so severe, they're painful, you're sick, you go through a whole bunch of body issues where it is just so uncomfortable that most people can't endure the withdrawals. So they wind up doing anything they can to get more, and the cycle just keeps perpetuating. Because I had a lot of people when I was out there on the streets would say, why don't you just quit, get your life together? And I would try. I couldn't do it myself. I just couldn't do it, man. I would maybe go a day, and I would be throwing up and shitting myself and shivering, and just like my whole body was on fire. And usually 6-7 hours into it, I just said, screw it, I'm not doing this anymore. And I would just go do whatever I had to do to get more drugs, and it sucks. And hopefully you're not progressed that far, but we can talk about that for sure. Are you retired now? What rank did you pull out? May I ask? I'm 43 and retired. I don't like to talk about my rank. So I got in a little bit of trouble. I was a good field Marine. I had 2 Navy Achievement Medals, and I was really good at my job, but I had a little bit of a drinking problem, and I was a little bit of a feisty. I got in a few fights, and I got non-recommended a couple times. I wound up getting out as an E4, but then I went into the reserves. And when I went into the Naval Reserves, they gave me E5 as a rank. So if you look at my DD 214, it'll say E5, but I didn't get that until I went into the Naval Reserve. So I don't talk about my rank because it's really convoluted. And basically, I was a shitbag Marine that got in a lot of trouble. But I was also like one of the guys that loved having around because I was just that guy. You know what I mean? I was the same way back then as I am now. I got shit done, but I didn't always do it correctly. And I re-enlisted too. They told me you'll never be able to serve another day in the Marines. When I got out, I was on convalescent leave because I had knee surgery. And I'm like, nope, they took me right back. No questions asked. I didn't have a good conduct medal, but I got 2 Navy achievement medals. Like, go figure that out. No, I was honorable. I didn't do anything that badly. Just didn't get recommended for the rank. I should have been a staff sergeant. Um, but I kept getting it. They took my car away. I had to walk from 43 area to the gate to drive off base because I kept getting pulled over by the MPs. And this was before. Now, if you get pulled over on base now for drinking, you get a DUI straight up. But back in the day, they would just take your driving privileges from you. So I was that guy, and every time I was walking, when we get off work, I had to walk to all the way over to the Las Pulgas gate, and guys would drive by honking their horns, ha ha ha, every fucking day. Like that was, what's up, boys? Can I get a lift? Like, nope. Could I re-enlist again? Yeah. I actually, when I turned 46, get this, I don't know, Matt, if you're still in the chat, they sent me a letter at the age of 46 because they extended the age where you can enlist. It used to be 43, and now they bumped it up because of the stop-loss issues they're having. They sent me a letter asking me to re-enlist with a bonus of $70,000 to go back into the FDC. And I'm thinking, like, I haven't served for 20 fucking years, and you want my old crusty ass at the age of 46 to go back in the Corps? Are you kidding me? How? And I don't know, baby. Do you remember me talking to you about that? Like, we actually entertained the idea for a second. I tried to play it through in my head. Like, what would it look like? My old ass going back in. Like, obviously I didn't do it, but yeah, they would have taken me back 100%. A lot of that's because I maintained my security clearance too. If you guys do have security clearances, that's valuable in the civilian world. So make sure you maintain those. Don't lose your clearance. Let's see. At one point I was doing 100 Oxy 80s and 200 perks a month. Dude, how did the acetaminophen not destroy your liver? That's crazy. I haven't done opiates in years. I had to take Suboxone to get off of them. Yeah, that's the route I took, CMAC. Suboxone is what I used to get off of opiates. It worked great. It was a lifesaver. I mean, absolutely, that drug saved my life because I wouldn't have been able to get through the withdrawals without it. My wife went through that with me. It sucked. I hope, I don't, dude, it's a real issue, but the thing about it is like you're taking steps to stand against it. Even if you're not there yet, you're moving in that direction. And if anything, I am living proof that there's life on the other side of it. It took me years to get my shit together, but you don't see me driving around in a Ferrari, and I don't live in a mansion, but I own my house. I have a 6-figure income. I've got a couple of nice cars, a beautiful family. I am blessed beyond comprehension. I should have been dead so many times, and God chose to keep me around for what, I don't know. But I'm blessed beyond. I have way more than I deserve, way more. And none of it, honestly, if it wasn't for Christina, I'd probably be dead. Like, there's no way I would be alive right now if it wasn't for that woman. And she put up with a ton of shit, let me tell you. Way more than anybody should have. Cold turkey's rough. Suboxone helps, I agree. It helps as a pain reliever. Yeah, they do prescribe it for pain. Oh, yeah, Rockman should have a mod status. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about it. There you go. There. Sorry about that. Kratom. Oh, you got to be careful with Kratom, Kenneth. Kratom is equally addictive, and the withdrawals are just as bad, if not worse, than heroin. Because I tried the Kratom thing. No, Kratom's great. I think kratom is awesome. It's a good workout drug. It's like coffee. It acts like an opiate. It's plant based. There's a lot of, as long as you get it from a good source, I think kratom's wonderful. It does a lot of people a lot of good, and they can get off drugs using it. But if you're an addict like we are, and you start getting addicted to kratom, it's super expensive. It plugs your digestive system up really bad because it's nothing but plant fiber. And the withdrawals are horrific, horrific. The withdrawals for kratom are one of the worst things I ever went through. I would not wish them on my worst enemy. So just something to keep in mind. There's no such thing as a safe drug. Everything with moderation. Know yourself. Be super careful. Don't trade one for the other. Who's being rude? Looking small today, Milo. Thank you, brother. You need a hug, buddy? Rockman, Suboxone is a film that dissolves under your tongue. Suboxone's a weird drug. It's an opiate that doesn't have opiate effects, if that makes sense. So it's like replacing opioids or opiates with a drug that you can't get high off of. There's like a mild euphoria if you take too much, but it really, like not compared to, heroin or oxycodone, something of that nature. So you're basically replacing one addiction with the other, but to get in the program, they monitor you, and you have to take blood tests and urine samples, and it's extremely controlled. It dissolves under your tongue, or like I said, they got little strips that you can put on your teeth or something like that. They even have injections, but it's like where methadone. They used to have methadone clinics, and methadone is, for all intents and purposes, basically like morphine. So you could get high off methadone. Suboxone, I think, is a little bit better because you're not walking around messed up all day. It's not mind altering. But what it does is it gets rid of the withdrawal symptoms. So it allows people to get off of the heavier street drugs, and then they can get on this stuff and taper down and get off of that under the supervision of a doctor. There was a caveat to that I wanted to add. Suboxone, what about it? There's something about it. But it's like, for people that just can't get off opiates. Oh, the caveat to Suboxone is if you are on Suboxone and you take opiates, you will immediately go into withdrawals. Like, so if I found like a hydrocodone pill laying around and I'm on Suboxone and I take that, it'll just put me right into withdrawal symptoms. So it's like it punishes you for taking drugs. So it's a useful tool for a lot of addicts that might be tempted to try to relapse. How much kratom did you take? I got to the point where I was taking the big 300 milligram bottle. It would last me maybe 2 or 3 days. I was going through them that bad. And a lot of people, that'll last them a month. For me, it would last me 3 days. You look good, mate. How long have you been working out? How much are you doing chest press? Are you talking about bench press? I've been working out. I've been powerlifting for about 10 years, and I'm going to say I bench around 400 pounds. I need to prove that, though. I haven't maxed out in a while. Let's go Team C's. Not true, my man. What's not true? What are we talking about? I got rid of a guy who was taking a month's worth of Suboxone in a day. ED, he said it made it impossible for him to get drunk or high, but nobody takes a fistful of Antabuse, right? No, you can get high. So, yes, you can absolutely get high on Suboxone, but that's why it's controlled. Usually it's doctor supervised. They control the amount they give you. And if you were to do something stupid, like try to take it all at once, they're not going to give you more. So you're screwed, because now you're going to have to go through all of that withdrawals. Like it's a heavy price to pay. And, sometimes, like, dude, there's some hard-headed addicts, and some people just need to check themselves into a hospital and literally be under strict doctor supervision. When I got sober, I checked myself into the VA, and they literally locked me up for 3 weeks. I couldn't go anywhere. I didn't get a single thing. I didn't get aspirin without a doctor just administering it to me. And that's what it takes for some people. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, dude. If that's where you're at in life, if you need to check into a hospital, do it. It sucks, but it'll help. Take 3 capsules max, or kratom makes me puke. Yeah, I would say for the average person, like 6. 6 is like a normal dose. Everyone is different. Brave Lexus. Yes, 100%. Yeah. Is kratom not psychoactive? I'm not 100% certain, Zyro. I tried to look at the research on the chemical compounds, and there's not a lot. There's not a lot of published medical research on the compounds found in kratom, but it mimics opioids. So certain strains of the plant, when you take them, you get a similar euphoric feeling as if you were taking a hydrocodone or a Loratab, something like that, like a mild one. So for a lot of people, if they're really heavily addicted to serious opiates, that can be maybe a tool to help them get off of that drug. But that's not a recommended treatment plan. There's no hospital in the United States that's going to recommend you use kratom to get off drugs. That being said, there's a lot, is it good or bad? I don't know. I don't know. There's not enough research on it, or I haven't seen the research. Take 25 pills of kratom a day. So that's a good amount, Depth Hitler, but I was taking that in the morning. Like I would wake up and take 20. Just understand that there's physical withdrawals symptoms from kratom when you get to a certain point. Brave Lexus. I was in the Navy. I checked myself in twice. Longest I stayed was 2 weeks. Yeah, so you've been there. B-Ball Journey. Whoa, where do we go? Hello, autistic niggins from the Cephas Gold Saucer Pan. Dan? Cephas Gold Saucer. Cephas is the man. How's he doing? How do I get on test? Well, I've been telling everybody to go to my clinic, which you can do online, Helix HRT. Get online, request a test, and they'll do the rest for you. Mark Tucker, thank you, brother. Let's go Team C's. Good job, dude. I'm proud you're staying mentally strong. I would say I'm surrounded by good people. Kratom is like half a Vicodin, really mild effect. Yeah, I would agree with that, Kenneth. But you can see where you could get addicted to it. Less is more with kratom. Yeah, you'll get to a point where it'll make you throw up. Where do you get it? You can buy it everywhere. You can buy it online. You can buy it at smoke shops. They have actually a store here in Vegas where they sell nothing but kratom and other herbal supplements like ashwagandha, shit like that. What was the other one? Kava. I don't take any of that shit. None of it. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I am an addict and I can't fuck with that stuff. What's up, Georgie? B-Ball says 25 kratom capsules a day. Those are rookie numbers. Yeah, I mean, you be careful what you wish for, because what goes up must come down eventually, you know what I mean? And the pendulum tends to swing all the way before it comes back. How do I make sure I test low enough to get a prescription? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say like pinto beans. I love pinto beans. Good name. You could just get your blood work done just to see what your levels are at. Find out where you're at. Get good information. Then from there, I mean, if you want to manipulate something, look, I can go to a construction site and get all the drugs I want. You go to a construction site, you can get everything. They come from Mexico. A lot of those guys are even associated with the cartel. I can get heroin, I can get coke, I can get meth, I can get steroids, I can get tren, I can get everything, illicit drug on the planet. It is not hard to find. You want to do it right, go through a clinic so you don't kill yourself, because steroids will kill you. Get your blood work done, find a baseline, see what your body's actually doing, and then you can make an informed decision. Uh, how am I supposed to dress at Georgie? Gas station. Yeah, yeah. You can. Absolutely, gas stations. Christina's saying to Def to be careful, but I'm not suggesting you take more kratom. I think he was joking when he said to get those numbers up. Like, you and I should have a conversation offline. The Lionheart, what's up? Alex G from Russia, what is up, my man? Stinky Bunny, that's terrible. These construction sites, so I can avoid them. Dude, that's just construction. You know what I mean? Like, look, we got when we built the Sphere, we had 10,000 people on it, and they're from all over the United States, and it's Vegas. Like, there's guys that have been working in there's 10% of any trade is going to be those people, good or bad. Like, it's just not hard to find. You know who you can find things from, but at the same time, it's like, the point I was trying to make is, if you wanted to go that route and go circumvent medical advice or going through a doctor and doing it correctly, you always have those alternative routes. But then you have to ask yourself, what are you doing to your body? You're turning yourself into a science project. And no, nobody recommends that. But it is an option. I'm high as fuck right now, Depth Hitler. Yeah, no, that sucks, dude. I mean, dude, I was there with you. I mean, I get it. I completely 100% understand. I kind of figured you're joking. I know you're being hyperbolic, but I get what you mean. I was joking. It was a meme reference. Yeah. No, we know. Those are rookie numbers. You got to get them up. May peace reign on all the lands. Zyro's Garden. I sometimes wonder if we're capable of a species of peace. I think we have conflict built into us. Wetback, you stole my username. Kenneth Frazee. So I'm turning 55, and 200 milligrams a week is at least twice what I need. They really hand out TRT like popcorn. Yeah, Ken, and look, we all know I'm on more than just TRT, and I'm getting it through a doctor. Go figure. You tell me. All the stuff I said that I was taking for competition, you can get all of that through this clinic. What makes it realistic, family? What makes it a realistic family? That's what makes it a realistic family. Yeah. Cloner, how matter does good sleep in life for working out? It is crucial. It's critical. It's one of the most important things, and it's one of the most neglected things, myself included. Let's see. I like pinot beans. My doc says my test is within normal range, so she won't give me a script. Yes, but I guarantee you that if you go to Helix HRT, the clinic I go to, they will hook you up. I'm telling you. I promise you they will. They're I don't know how I don't understand how it's legal, people, but I'm telling you, these guys, you tell them you're a lifter, a power lifter, a weightlifter, bodybuilder, they service all these like professional athletes that are here in town, like I'll throw a name out there, Jay Cutler. I don't know how it's legal. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I give them money. They give me what I need. And is it TRT? No. No, it's a straight up cycle. But it's doctor monitored. That's the whole point, is it's controlled. They check your blood pressure. They do your physicals, your organs and all that stuff. They do your blood work for, they do all of it. It's all doctor monitored. That's the most important part of it. And it's more expensive. It's way more expensive than Bob on the job site. I could get what I need from Hector for $50. And with this clinic, it's like $200, $300. But it's worth it. You're paying for your health. What if I smoke crack? Let me know how that works out for you. I don't think that's going to improve your situation. Yeah, Helix HRT. Damn, Snowflame, it will give you superpowers. You know, it's funny because people think that PEDs are like Captain America serum or something. Like they'll turn you into Steve Rogers. You know, it doesn't quite work that way, but he's all the sauce. Just a sprinkling. I put it on my cereal in the morning. Horse strength to the ball sack. Hell yeah. Oh, you guys didn't have to delete that. I just booted up my old Xbox 360 and played some NASCAR. Oh, we still do. We still have an Xbox 360. I'm playing in my son's room because there's a couple games I have on there that you can't play on the newer systems. We like playing the Warhammer. We like playing. There's a few games. Some of the Transformers games. Yes, they actually have an endocrinologist, Kenneth Fraz, 100%. We met him. Christina and I walked into their office. We thought it was a clinic, and it was their office where they do all their online stuff. So when we walked in, they were like, "What are you doing here?" And these guys were yoked. They were obviously bodybuilders, and they were not natural. So I'm like, "Well, right there." I'm like, "Oh, these are my people." And we were talking to them, and they explained their what they do and the services they provide, and what you can and can't get. And it blew me away. Like I was like, "Wow, you can get Anavar?" Like I didn't know you could eat. I thought that was illegal, but I guess they can prescribe it. I don't, whatever, man. As long as I get a doctor prescription, I don't care. The AI on that game was trash. Which one? The old Warhammer one? It's still fun though. Oh, you're talking about the old NASCAR. Yeah. Yeah. The best way to combine Muay Thai, strength training, and yoga by targeting around 15 hours a week. So I'm first. This is Anton. I'm first and foremost a powerlifter. Period. I do Muay Thai on the side. We train 3 nights a week. We're gonna go train tonight, and that's it. That's like a fill-in. That's what I do on my off time for fun and cardio. When I get done competing on the 15th, I think I'm going to switch my focus and really focus on Muay Thai because I want to get good at it. And that's going to change the entire nature of the way I work out. So I'm not, I'll never stop lifting weights. I'm always going to be a weightlifter, but I don't know what my program's going to look like because you can't serve 2 masters at once. It's hard to be really good at, combat sports and a high-end power lifter because one of them detracts from the other. Just the PED use affects my cardio, for example. So it's like you kind of got to do one or the other. You could do both together, but you're not going to do both of them at the top of your game, if that makes sense. I wish they made all the 360 discs back compatible. You can download most of them. Most of them are available for download, and we always check to see if we can download them on the new system, but not all of them are, and it's such a bummer. Now, if you buy the new Xbox, the fully loaded one, you can play the 360 discs on it. It is backwards compatible. Yoga with me, hell yeah, baby. Focus on a new outfit. Why would I want to do that, AE? James, my muscles have muscles. Let me fuck with the lighting here. Let's see. I've done no training. I got to take my daughter to the dentist. I have not done a single thing. Talking to you guys. Old man knowledge. AE, do you need a hug, buddy? Does this bother you? Come on, give me a hug. Everybody give AE a hug. We love you too, son. I have the old Xbox One X. Dude, that system still rocks, man. Nothing wrong with that. I got one in the living room. That's my daughter. She's probably playing on it right now. I'll send you a G-string. I've got plenty of them, Benito. The black 360, I've got the best of the old consoles. Yeah, well, that's exactly the same. I got a. We also have a Wii University. Now you ask yourself, why do you have the Wii University? Why don't you just get a Switch? There's a couple games on the Wii U that you. Plus, you could play all the old Wii games. So I hate to get rid of it. They came out with that system and then they dumped it for the Switch, and it pissed me off because it's like it was a brand new console, and it's got the Switch handheld thing, but it's wireless, so it connects to the box. You can't take it with you. But there's some games on there that like the Pokemon Battle one we like to play. We got Mario Kart 8, but you can get that on the Switch too. There's like Squid Games, things of that nature. Dude, Mad Gray. I like my Gray. His outfit and his physique, not some shirt. Do, 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 do. Wow, trolls are outfit shaming now. Yeah, but the thing is I don't really know what they're shaming. I can't. They need to get more specific. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. I don't see a point of getting the brand new Xbox except they're. Yeah, see, that's the only reason I hesitated against buying it. I want to buy it because I want to get the new um, Warhammer Space Marine 2. But is that worth buying a whole system for one game? Thank you, God, Dan. All right, let me do some stretching here. That was the whole point. What I'm supposed to be doing. How much time we got? Hey, Christina, when do I need to leave for? She said their appointment's at 3:50. So I've had back issues, so one of the daily routine I like to do is I like to stretch my hips out. What I'm doing in this is I'm pushing through the hips and I'm pushing out. I'm trying to get my knees over my toes as much as possible. And then we're going to stand up and push through. I'm going to bring my foot down. Turn the hips, roll them. And this is stretching the IT band, the piriformis, the glutes. It's opening that hip up. For any of you that have sciatic nerve issues, this is wonderful. Seven, 8, 9, 10. I'll do the other leg here in a second. Well, shit. It's also a good way to work on balance. Yeah, we do have a piano. I don't know what's over there in the corner, though. They'll be working at the next Halo point. I'm so pissed off with Halo Infinite. Leaves no later than 3 p.m. 3:15, right on. I have a drum set, too. I play the drums very poorly, but I play them. Well, thank you, Davidi. I'm going to disagree with you, but so David Kick Vadazi says, I'm not the strongest and I'm not a Marine either. My DD214 begs to differ with you. What's up, Jose? Where's all my jarheads in the house? Everybody dogpile Davidi. Let's show him some love. Jose, what's going on? Why, what did Jose say? This message is held for review. I was wondering if you are gay. Sorry, Jose, you're going to have to go somewhere else. I'm sure there's probably someone in the chat that will hook up with you, but I'm unfortunately married, so you're going to have to find someone else, buddy. I'm sorry. Davidi's a moron. No, I usually get one of those comments a day. It's all good. I know I have my wife and my sister in the chat. I lied to my whole family. I didn't deploy. I actually I lived in a cave for 10 years. Am I married to a man or a woman? I don't know, baby. We'll click on her fucking profile picture and look. Yeah, chat's kind of gone cold on me. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to do the other side now. Push out on it. Push hips through this way. Push leg out. Really settle. You try to get your knees over your toes with keeping your flat as foot as possible. The goal is to try to keep the heel on the ground. I like to count to 10. And then I'll exhale and go deeper into it. Breathing helps you stretch. You feel it right down the IT band. Ooh, man, this is really stretches the hamstrings. Whew. Ooh. You need to have help with balance. That's what I grab these for. You just grab that if you need to. But the idea is like you want to be able to try to balance without it. It's tricky. I try to touch the ground. Wow, did I just see the first deleted message on this channel? I don't think Jose's spamming. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, so my stretch is like my hips are screwed up. Flex for us, please. I like that thing. That's pretty cool, huh? Good night, sweetheart. Yeah. You look straight today. Show the channel some love. I love you, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hey, I'm horned for subscribers, so if you guys enjoy this, hit that sub button. You sound like Eeyore. Eeyore. Oh, what does Eeyore sound like? Pooh. Okay. Are you married? Yes, I am. Christina Remington, my baby. Eeyore, huh? That's a new one. Deep voice. Yes. You know what's funny? I forget that like a couple months ago, I dumped a barbell on my neck. Because I was wondering, I was like, my voice is gravelly. Like, it seems like I can't really, it's kind of hoarse a lot. And I realized, like, yeah, I really hurt myself when I dumped that barbell on me. It's changed my voice a little. You just got your Adderall. Nice. If he was any straighter, he could cut his own hair. I do cut my own hair. Good for you. Thanks, brother. Eeyore. What does Eeyore sound like? You know, he's kind of a okay. All right. You almost died. Yeah, that was a rough day. I was benching, and I thought I had my safeties. I have safety arms on my rack, so if I have to dump the weight, it'll set on those and it won't crush your neck. I didn't have my safety set up, so I set the weight down thinking they were there. So not only did I dump the weight, but I dumped it like right on my neck. And luckily, I was using the camber bar, which has got that 4-inch bend in it. Oh man, that was brutal. I actually have the video in my collection. You guys can go watch it. You really look a lot like that science guy. Which one? Charlie W., the science guy. Steve Harvey. I look like Steve Harvey. That's a new one. I I don't even think I look like a photo negative of Steve Harvey. I had somebody say, "You look like Dave Chappelle." Okay. Bill Nye? No, that's offensive. I would kill myself if I thought I looked like Bill Nye. Let's see, B-Ball. Some of your old vids, it does have some difference. Your voice does sound more gravelly now. Yeah, dude, I dumped it. I actually do believe I damaged my throat when I dumped that barbell on me. Steve Harvey. Do you deadlift much? You haven't checked my channel out, have you, Mike? Tell you what, Mike, do me a favor. I want your subscription, but you gotta go click on my little circle thingy that's got me in there, and then go look at my channel, and then come back and talk to me. I did my last cycle when I was 33. I'm 41 now, and finding it hard to get motivated to keep up a good routine. Thinking of taking some gear. What do you suggest? Antonio, I'm going to suggest to you the same thing I suggest everyone. Go to Helix HRT and get your blood work done, and they'll hook you up. It sounds to me like you're a perfect candidate. You're over 40. You used to use anabolics. Maybe you have some of the symptoms of low testosterone. Definitely get your blood work done. See what you're dealing with. You can just start taking gear. A lot of people do. But I'm a very data-driven man. I like to see numbers. I like to know what I'm dealing with. I like baselines. For example, I get my blood work done, right? And it shows kidney function. For an average 50-year-old man, it's got a range. And I'm in the range, meaning my kidneys, by that metric, are healthy. I get my blood work done the next, 6 months later, and it's still in range, but it's higher. Well, that means I'm trending upwards. Even though it's still in range, doctor says you're completely healthy, come see me in 6 months. I know that whatever I'm doing is causing damage, and I'm trending upwards towards that upper limit to where I'm now in a hazardous, by those metrics, situation. So I like to look at all the data to see which direction I'm going in so I can maintain healthy function. That's what I mean by data driven. You don't just you can get your blood work done and everything can be in range, and you get your blessing from your doctor. Come see me in a year, you're good to go. Are you? Also keep in mind that when we're older, they change the metrics. So range for a 50-year-old man is going to be different from a range for a 20-year-old man. So I like to compare those numbers. What are my numbers at the age of 50 versus what an average 20-year-old will be running at? I want to be where the 20-year-old's at. So I'm going to change my diet or supplements or do whatever I can to try to work towards being healthy at a younger age in a good range. Because by my standards now, I would be, if it was a 20-year-old man and you got looked at my blood work right now, you would be considered pre-diabetic. That's not good, but that's normal for a 50-year-old. They just expect that much damage to have accumulated over the years. Well, I don't want to be normal for a 50-year-old. I want to be normal for a healthy male. Does that make sense? Am I making sense to you guys? You picking up what I'm putting down? Close your legs. Hell no, man. I'm offering this for free, buddy. Normally I charge for this stuff. You should thank me. You motivated me to go back to the gym. I took a sub to the gym today. Nice. I'm very buff, Georgie. I believe you. I use 200 milligrams of test and I feel like I'm 20 again. Yes. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, like, it was a life changer for me. 200 milligrams would be considered high for a TRT dose. It would be very, very low for a cycle. You could probably run 200 milligrams of test for years and have no side effects. But again, you should still get your blood work done because you don't know what you're dealing with. And I'm talking about both blood work for hormones and for general fitness, organ function. So that would be your regular checkup that you would get from your doctor. Let me see, Jose Alex. I already shown that one. If you ever want database supplement advice, I'm good as fuck as that. Really, that, yeah, I mean, definitely up to talk. Like I said, let's see, I'm going to go to your channel, check you back. Yeah. Oh, you're there. No, hit me up on Instagram, dude. I would love to. I'm always down to talk about, I'm always trying to improve my knowledge base because, at the end of the day, I'm still a moron that lives in his garage, You don't exactly see doctorates hanging off the wall back there, Georgie's edging to the live right now. Antonio had a heart attack 2 years ago after running a marathon due to blood clots. Damn, thrombosis. But I have I have no scarring or damage, thank God. Suppose blood work and checkup regularly are good. Yeah, and so something like I would also be recommending that you're checking your blood pressure every day. You want to be, we want to be in that 120/70 as a target. And if you're above that, what do you need to do to get to that? Prophet Fear, what did you? Yeah, yes, I saw he tagged you, Hans, but I don't know what he needed. Pulled my neck doing hamstring curls. Holy shit, really? Well, hamstring curls pulled your neck. If you're going heavy, that's rough. Your left eye is so beautiful. Thank you. How many McChickens can you eat in one sitting? Cocky Jedi. I don't know. I don't really eat a lot anymore. I don't have the stomach for it. Probably 6. I got another message held for review here. John Stock, you look like you dress up in leather and get your bum pounded. Do we have hey babe, do I have leather chaps in the bedroom? Power bottom. There, John's telling me that Christina, John's telling me you like to peg me. Or I like to be pegged. One or the other. I think. Is that what you're saying? But in leather chaps. So we get the cowboy hat and the leather chaps. I don't know. You want me to do the assless chaps? Like show up like, hey, howdy partner, twirl the gun. I take Adiro blood thinners. Do they affect testosterone or anabolics? I don't know what Adiro is. When I was having high blood pressure, they gave me a calcium blocker, and it didn't affect any of that stuff. But I would need to know more about the drug. I don't know how it interacts. I don't know what the mechanism is for how the drug works. Christina, it's a gay term, pretty sure. Traps look bigger than usual. It's this thing. Yeah. They're not. Whenever I wear the shirts that have the collar on them, it makes my traps look way bigger for some reason. Do you ever do a DNA check for supplementation data? What's funny? My doctor was talking to me about that, and I never got it done. But thanks for reminding me because that's something I wanted to ask about. The stringers winning, hell yeah! You know who I learned how to cut these shirts from? Bugenhagen. He did a video on how to properly cut stringers, so I started doing them like him. You're out. Thanks, John. I'm glad you stuck around for a little bit. No, dude, I hope you come back, man. You don't have to leave. Like, hey, John, I'm always looking for trolls, but what I look for is clever comments. That way we can all have a good laugh together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you say about me. It's just got to be something funny so we can all, you know, that's how I get my content. Entertaining stream today. It's my sister. Who do you go for the DNA test? You go to your primary care provider. They would send you to a lab. Generally, it's just they order the test. Whatever test they order, they can do. I think for the DNA stuff, they probably send you a home kit. uh, all right. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? I got a few things I specifically need to do. Prince Ali, glorious he, Ali above. How many of you guys how many of my over 50 people can sit Indian style comfortably? I know it seems something really simple. I can't quite do this one yet. This is what I'm working on. I was trying to get my range of motion to where I could sit both legs crossed. So what you could do is you could just do one side or the other. Bugenhagen. Yeah, I love Eric Bugenhagen. Those are the noble natty types like on WWE never talked about using the sauce ever again. I don't know. He's one of those guys where it wouldn't surprise me either way. Gen X, how's it going? I'm starting a 7-day fast today. Boive. How do you pronounce? I can't say that. Brambo Ivy. 7 days. That's a good fast. So you're just starting it today. Usually twice a year I try to do a 72-hour. Mob, definitely taking steroids. Oh, really? Thanks, but where the fuck did this guy come from? Like, did you see my pinned comment? You're obviously new around here, Mob. Stick around, buddy. Do you smoke blunt? No, I don't. I stay away from anything that's mind altering just because of my addiction past. Well, no, it's not that Mob said I'm on steroids. It's like, no shit, dumbass. Like, which page do you think you're on? Okay. I needed you here to tell us all that? Flaming 99, what's up? El Pepe, keep up the good work, big dog. Christina means artificially flavored as opposed to natural. Get it? Are you natural? No, I'm artificially flavored. Mr. Gaines, the man in the can. Hell yeah. Mob thinks he's in here telling us all something we all didn't know. You're new around here, but apparently. The Vato and the Pato. You're on steroids. Yeah. You're going to make a point, I'm sure of it, right? Artificially flavored marine. Yo, big guy. What's up, Flamin'? Which ones? Hardly anything right now. I'm cruising. Like I'm in between competitions, so I just take a little test and a little DHB. Glad to know this is not natural. Almost got my ego destroyed for a sec. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is you can get pretty close to this. I'm only 220 pounds. If you want to see what I look like as a natural, like go check some of my earlier videos. As a matter of fact, I made a video. I did a natty me versus me now, and it's on my playlist. You can go look at it, and it shows you the difference. And my physique as a natural is very obtainable. You know how I know? Because I obtained it. But it's still, it's still good, solid 6 years of training. Heavy. You can get a pretty damn good physique as a natural. It takes a lot of work, though. What a lot of people don't realize, and I don't really bother to try to like argue one way or another because it really doesn't matter. Most people have their minds made up before they even talk to me. But I was a natural, 100% natural lifter up until the age of 46 years old. So it's like, yeah. I was natural longer than most people have been lifting. Are you in your garage? Yes. Computer channel. I'm not sure I understand, Muffin Man. That forehead's almost 200 pounds by itself. Hell yeah. You don't like my forehead? I think I have a rather nice profile. What's up, y'all? All right, so now let's see. It is 3 o'clock. I need to do horseshoe squats. Oh, babe, should we be telling Della to get ready? Let me holler at her real quick. Della, can't swim. She's a turtle. She can sink. Anyway, we need to get ready. We got 15 minutes. Hey, well, I'm going to bring the gym gear with us because we're going to go right from there to the gym, okay? Okay. This was going to be my last exercise, guys, because I got to get my daughter ready to go to the dentist. I have no problem with people if they decide to take steroids later in life. Makes more sense. Well, you know, the way I look, I always say, well, what are your goals? Like, what are you taking them for? You know, steroids, let's just say steroids will make you 20% better than you are now. And if you look at the numbers, it's more like 10 to 15%. Imagine yourself 10 to 15% better than you are right this minute. Is that where you want to be? Is that your goal? Is that where you want to end up? The point is like, you know, you don't just take drugs and wake up looking like Ronnie Coleman. This is decades of heavy lifting. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of work that goes behind this. And there's a genetic component to consider because some people are built better than others inherently. Like, even if I didn't take anything and I didn't work out or train at all, I'm a pretty stocky guy. Like, most people thought I lifted weights when I didn't even train. I had that athletic kind of stocky build, you know what I mean? Some people don't have even that to begin with. So, yeah, there's a lot to take into consideration. I'm not for or against anything. What I am for is, like, you know, you being true to yourself. You know, try to discover your motivations as to why you want to do something, because, like, steroids are dangerous and they will kill you. And if you're not careful, it's like what, you have a good reason, you know, that's all I'm saying. And work through a doctor. How long did it take to transform your garage? My garage is a mess right now. It wasn't long. Michelle Allen, I work hard, but my arms are still flabby. Been battling this since I stopped boxing. Interesting. I would want to know more about that because I do boxing training on the side. Like flabby, like hanging skin. Is that what we're talking about? From like your arms maybe shrinking and then having excess skin. I don't know if I understand quite what you're talking about. Brian Magia, dude, you're full of steroids. Oh, am I? I don't think I'm gonna, Brian, but I appreciate it. Thank you. It's the eating part that's hard to do at some point. Well, you see, even that's, and you can't really take my results and use that for anything because I've been maintaining the same weight class for 10 years. I've been between 198 and 220 for the last 10 years of my life. So I don't really have to diet. I don't really have to bulk. I have to maintain a weight class. So that's even been easy for me. I'm dialed in. I know exactly how much I need to eat just to gain a little tiny bit of weight or lose a tiny little bit. And since I only need to swing about 10 pounds in either direction, it's been super easy for me to get dialed in at this weight. It might be, so what's the point I'm trying to make? It's like, you might not necessarily would want to take dietary advice from a guy like me because I haven't really had to mess with that too much. Underneath my arms, flabby, no muscle definition. The entire body solid, but my arms. That is interesting. Because I would say, you know, obviously like cardio, but if it's like excess skin from losing mass, I don't know how you would shrink that. Any ladies in the, babe, wasn't that something? I mean, I guess the only thing I would suggest is try to bulk your arms up, you know, try to fill out a little bit. What's your take on intermittent fasting? I do intermittent fasting. That's I've been doing intermittent fasting for like 3 or 4 years now. I love it. It works well with my work schedule because sometimes it's hard for me to eat at work. So it just makes perfect sense. Wake up in the morning, go to work, come. I train fasted too, which is not always the best for top end strength, but it works great for maintaining a shredded physique. Yeah. That's the other thing is like, so, you know, people want to like, if you hop on PEDs and you don't have a good base, you're going to lose whatever you gained as soon as you come off of them. But like in my case, if I stopped taking everything, I would just look like I did when I was 45 years old. I would still, I mean, people accused me of being on drugs then, and I was 100% natural at 45. Martin Terry, thank you, brother. I don't think I was very helpful, Michelle. I guess I would want to know. I'd want to get to know a little bit more about your routine and like what your needs actually are. Let me see something real quick. Go to channel here. You know, I would suggest my wife could really, really help you. She's one of my moderators, and if you wanted to talk to her, she's a little bit of a fitness guru. She just had surgery, so she hasn't been active recently, but she's a great resource for that. And I think you being, a female, your physique challenges are going to be different than maybe something I would have to deal with, and she'd be way more help to you than I would be. Candle's back. What's up, brother? Yeah, right in my butt. Hell yeah, that's where it goes. Bro's like Rich Piana. Rich is like twice my size. Well, he's dead actually, so I don't know how big he is. People compare me to Rich Piana. Have you seen that freak of nature? That dude's huge. I weigh 220. You guys are fucking, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. To even be compared to Rich Piana is kind of cool. Even though like everything about him was fake. He had fake lips. He had implants. He had, dude, that guy was a beast too. He was huge. Brian Mayha, he's Captain America if he came from Wish Foundation. Well, I would say with one notable exception, I actually exist. Would love to see what you look like, Brian. You over here, criticizing me. Why don't you bust some photos out? Let's post them to your page and let's see what you got. I'm concerned about how testosterone affects testicles and sex life. It improves it. Well, it'll shrink your testicles, but honestly, those get in the way anyways. No, I mean, like if you suffer from low testosterone, like that'll improve your sex life big time. Have you? Yes, it's one thing the one common thing that I've often noticed with people that have misconceptions about the use of anabolics is none of them have talked to a healthcare professional. Not one of you. Go call a male clinic up and talk to them. Like, get some good information. Is balding true? I don't know. I have all my hair. I'm 50 years old. Yes, yeah, it can cause balding. The abuse of certain compounds will cause your hair to fall out, for sure. Message held for review. You look gay. Thanks, White. I appreciate it. You are gay. Balding is genetic. No, but balding is a side effect of certain compounds, like guys that abuse like some of the higher end, like higher potent stuff. It will cause male pattern baldness. And now whether that's tied to genetics, if you would have been a balding individual to begin with, I think it's like, what is it, 4 out of 10 men are going to go bald naturally anyways. No, man, TRT improved my life all across the board, every metric. Muffin Man, yeah. So there's more to it than that, but can you suggest a chest exercise that I can do with a bad shoulder? Well, what I would focus on is like with dumbbells. Excuse me. If you have bad shoulders, you want to work on that full range of motion. As much of a stretch in the pecs as you can get. And if you got to do one arm, do it. But stretching the pectoral muscles is what's going to cause the most hypertrophy. So depending on your range of motion, I don't know what's wrong with your shoulder. I don't know what your range of motion is. Phew. Flex muscles. Not bad, huh? Well, I'm a powerlifter, Milan, so I do bench, squat, and deadlift. Of those three, I would say squats are my favorite. Everybody should be doing squats, no matter what kind of training you do. Thank you, Frank, how do you say your name? Francis Walker? What are your free test levels? Anton S. And it was between 12 and 1300. I don't cruise on much. I don't take a lot. Do you do cardio? Yeah, I sure do. We do Muay Thai training 3 nights a week, 4 sometimes. What's the point of being this ripped? How does it help you in daily life? I'm not really trying to be ripped, Brian. This is incidental. I'm a power lifter, so I'm competing to break records at the age of 50. I'm currently ranked number 1 in the world for my weight class. You can check the rankings. And I'm going to be competing to break some American records this year. Now, how does this help me in my daily life? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm in management, construction, and people do treat you differently based on the way you look. Unfortunately, we're a very fickle species. People that are attractive, people that are built, people that look a certain way are assertive. They are just more successful across the board. When you have confidence, when you build yourself up, you exude that confidence and it spreads, and you will find that the way people treat you and interact with you is a lot different. Now online, here on this computer screen, you guys, this is a vomitorium. You guys have this shield where I can't reach and grab you. And you guys just spew the most hateful, venomous rhetoric known to man. And it's usually pretty funny stuff, and we have a good time with it. But in real life, people treat me with respect I don't deserve. They believe that when I speak confidently, that I know what I'm talking about, even if I don't. It's scary. It's scary how much different people treat me when I look like this as opposed to what I looked like before I started training. Unbelievable difference. And that's how shallow everybody is. But what are we talking about? We're talking about you making your life better. Now, nobody ever had, being harder to kill. Why wouldn't you want to be stronger? What situation in your life would being weak and sedentary help improve? You know what I mean? Even if it's just being able to do daily things like play with your kids at the park. I'm 50 years old. Other people that are my age, they're not out there training with their kids. They're not out there playing with their kids. They're sitting there on their iPhones while their kids play. I'm up on the playground. I'm with them. Why wouldn't I want to be? So even if it was just that, to me, it's worth it. Now, does that mean you have to be a powerlifter? No. But, dude, get in shape at least. What's up, Rob? Rob Noxious. What is going on, brother? I'm glad you're back. Oddfellow. Oh, it's 3:16. I got to get my daughter to the dentist. I enjoy trolling the Marine, but dude's for real. I like it when you come by, brother. I do, and I like your trolling. I enjoy the comments. I have to get my daughter to the dentist. Can't choose your parents. Can't choose how you look. You can only become the best version of yourself. 100%, Milan. That's it. We're just trying to be a little better than we were yesterday. And I'm telling you, I can't think of one situation in my life where being in shape has hurt. You know, I do get discriminated sometimes. I went to a Warhammer store to buy figurines dressed like this because we just came from the gym. And I got discriminated against from my own people, my nerds. But that's a rarity. Usually it's the other way around. They left the ball busting. Hell yeah. Uh, Bulletproof. What happened? I got to get my kid to the dentist. That's what happened. It's 3:17 and she's getting her braces put in. So unfortunately, I got to get going. I hate to cut it short, guys. I got Muay Thai training tonight. I'll get some footage of that and we'll post that on YouTube later. Oh crap, just your shoulders. All right, guys. I love you guys. See you later, masturbator. Hell yeah. See you on the battlefield.